Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to the start of another week. It's not very nice out there, not very warm either, but we're going to warm up inside with a bit of Pete Townshend solo albums. Of course, he's the co-founder and guitarist and keyboards, principal songwriter of The Who. But in that time, he has found time to write 7 solo albums. Some are all right, some are not. So, coming in at number 7 from 1993 is his 7th and most recent solo work, and it's Psychoderelict. Now, some of the characters' initials presented in this album continued from Townshend's latest opus, The Boy Who Heard Music, first presented on The Who's 11th album, Endless Wire, and then it's been adapted into a rock musical. So the first track is called English Boy. Very Who-ish in places. It goes off on a little bit of a tangent, but it's got, yeah, it is very Who-ish. Of course it will be, because, you know, he writes this stuff as well. It's not too bad. And then we got Maha Baba M3. Sounds more like a demo version of Baba O'Reilly. So yeah, there's a little bit of speech in there. Let's Get Pretentious. Yeah, it is a little bit pretentious. The beginning's all right, then you got, it speeds up, but it has got a half decent guitar solo on it, I'll give it that. And then we got another Mare Baba M4 signal box. Now this sounds a little bit like Who Are You? So are these little bits of demos from the early days. Early Morning Dreams. It's all right. It's got some strange bits on it. Been on the radio. Woman's. Well, it's very confusing. I Want That Thing. Very backgroundy music. This is Struggle in the City. It's not very coherent. I didn't like that track. Outlive the Dinosaur. It's quite good. I like its structure. It's a bit avant-garde, but yeah, it's okay. Now and Then, favourite track on here. It's got a nice sort of tone to it, and it's got some nice little guitar bits. I'm afraid I found this very hard to follow. There's lots of talking over the top. It stops, it starts. Nah. Don't Try to Make Me Real. It's a good little rock track, I don't mind that. Predictable. Little bits here, little bits there, a bit glued together, not a good track. Well, then we get Flame. The music on this is quite good. The guitar work is good. And then we have Ma Baba 5 M5 Vivaldi. It's a speed, that's that speedy up bit from Baba O'Reilly. Fake It, solid track. I don't mind this. It's got some nice guitar tones on it as well. And then we've got English Boy Reprise. This is a little bit more funky than the first one. It's a lot better. It's all right, this album. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the best thing I've ever heard, but it's very confusing though. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 4 out of 10. Okay, then, coming in at number 6 from 1989, The Iron Man, which is a musical by Pete Townshend. It's his 6th album, and it's the concept of an adaptation of the Ted Hughes story, The Iron Man. Also still had Roger Daltrey, Deborah Conway, John Lee Hooker, and Nina Simone. So, people in here. Hogarth is played by Pete Townshend. The Vixen, Deborah Conway. The Iron Man, John Lee Hooker. The Space Dragon, Nina Simone. Hogarth's father, Roger Daltrey. The Crow, China. The J, Nicola Emmanuel. The Frog, Billy Nichols. The Owl, Simon Townsend. The Badger, Cleveland Watkins. I Won't Run No More. Now, this is sung by Pete and Deborah. It's not too bad. Pretty good. Over the Top. John Lee Hooker sings this. It's a great vocal from John Lee Hooker, and I don't mind that. Then we have Man Machines, sung by Simon Townsend, which is Pete's brother. It's all right. Dig, best track on the album. It's got a great vocal from Roger Daltrey, and that's probably why it's the best track. A Friend is a Friend, pleasant enough track. Nice vocal from Peter. It's got a nice acoustic guitar on it. I Heat Heavy Metal. It's not what you expect John Lee Hooker to sing, but it's not a bad track. All Shall Be Well. We've got Pete Townshend, Deborah Conway and China singing on this. It's not a bad track. It's got a funky sound to it. I don't mind that. What Was Their Life? Pete's voice is quite good on this. It's okay. Fast Food, all over the place. Although it's Nina Simone singing, it's not that brilliant. All a Fool Says, pleasant enough. Fire, the Arthur Brown song, and it's awful. New Life Reprise, vocals were done by Pete and China and Nicola Manuel. Contains a little bit of the Magic Bus in there, but it's not brilliant. Yeah, I like some of the songs on this, but I'm not very overly impressed with it, so I'm going to give that a RTO ranking of 4.5. Okay, coming in at number 5, from 1985, White City, a Novel. This is his 5th album, and it refers to a story called A Novel in a loose concept about life and housing stay in West London, where Pete grew up. So we've got Pete Townshend, the vocals and guitar, John Bundrick, keyboards, Tony Butler, Phil Chen, Chucho Merchant, Pino Paldido and Steve Barnacle do bass guitars on this. Mark Brzezinski and Simon Phillips drum. So does Clem Burke. He gets everywhere as well. David Gilmour plays guitar on a couple of tracks. Pete Hope Evans harmonica. The horns are Simon Clark, Roddy Lorimer, Tim Sanders and Pete Thomas. Spoken voice Ewan Stewart. Emma Townsend, Jackie Chandler, Mae McKenna and Lorenza Johnson backing vocals, and Justine Frischman backing vocals on Night School. First track, it's called Give Blood. This reminds me a little bit of some of that Talking Heads at the time. Some nice guitar on it by David Gilmour. Brilliant blues. Now this is a pretty nice track. It's got that 60s feel to it. Some nice guitar work on that from Feet. Face the Face, another good track. Great bass line, I don't mind that one. Hiding Out, shocking track. The 80s music did not suit Pete at all. Secondhand Love, my favourite track on this. It's got some incredible guitar work and the solo is pretty decent. Crashing by Design, very 80s, but it has got an uplift to it, so it's not too bad, I suppose. I Am Secure, pleasant song with a nice acoustic style on it. I don't mind that one. Right, White City Fighting. This is written by David Gilmour and Pete Townshend. It's quite poppy. It's got some nice acoustic guitar and some lovely David Gilmour guitar work. And then the last track, Come to Mama. It's got that cheesy 80s keyboard sound on it. It's not a bad track. It's got a good bass line as well. The concept flows okay. Some of the songs are not my cup of tea, but I'm going to give that one an RTO ranking of 5.5. Okay, coming in at number 4, we have the 4th album from 1982, All the Best Cowboys Have Chinese Eyes. Playing on here, we've got Pete Townshend on guitars and synthesizers, Virginia Astley the piano, Tony Butler the bass, Pete Hope Evans harmonica, Mark Brzezinski and Simon Phillips again share the drumming duties, Jody Lindsay on percussion, Chris Stanton on keyboards, Hoy Palmer tuned percussion, John Lewis on the Fairlight and Ann O'Dell brass arrangement. First track is called Still Hurting People. I don't like this at all. Well, it's a very strange track. I don't like the vocal delivery. Yeah, not for me. The Sea Refuses No River. I quite like this. The brass on it from Ann O'Dell's pretty good. It's got a bit of harmonica. It's not too bad. Prelude. It's okay. Sort of goes back to the days of Tommy and Quadrophenia, that sort of sound. Face Dances, of course, which is maybe left over from Face Dances album. It's okay. Exquisitely Bored, my favourite track on here. It's something that could have appeared on Tommy. It's that good. I like that track. Communication, interesting track. I like the sort of the rolling start on it. The good drums are pretty good. Stardom in Action is next. Again, I think this is leftovers from Face Dances. It's got that feel to it. Uniforms, Court Esprit. It's got little bits and bobs on there. It's okay. North, Country Girl. Quite like this. I love the acoustic guitars on it, and I love the bass with the keyboards on that as well. And then Somebody Save Me, which is definitely it's on the reissue of Face Dancers that came out in 1997. It's not too bad. Slit Skirts, it's pleasant enough. It's definitely got that last track on the album feel to it. This is okay. Again, it's got some really good tracks on it. There's one or two here that I don't particularly like, but there's enough on here for me to give it an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. Okay, coming in number 3 is an album from 1977, and it's an album that he done with Ronnie Lane, and it's called Rough Mix. So Ronnie and Pete do the vocals on this and guitars. Charlie Hart plays violin on Annie. John Entwistle horns on the Heart to Hong To and the vocal Until the Rivers All Run Dry. Mel Collins, some interesting people on here, on saxophones of course. On Cat Melody, Pete Hotep Evans on harmonica, Benny Gallagher accordion, John Brumwick on keyboards, Ian Stewart plays piano, Eric Clapton plays guitar on Rough Mix, Graham Lyle, you've got Lyle and Gallagher on here, 12-string guitar on Annie, Dave Markey the double bass, Boz Burrell on bass, Henry Spinetti on drums, and Charlie Watts on drums. So right old mixture on here. So the first track is My Baby Gives It Away. Love this track. Great little rocker. Great vocal from Pete. Nowhere to Run. This is Ronnie Lane. That sounds so... I'm half expecting Rod Stewart to start singing, but of course you get Ronnie. It's a good track. Rough Mix. One of my favourite tracks on this album. Some great guitar. Some brilliant keyboard work. Very good track. Annie, another Ronnie song that sings. I like the accordion of it. It's got some nice guitar work. I think Eric's on there, and yes, it's pretty good. Keep Me Turning, great vocal from Pete on this one. Like the guitar work. And then we got Cat Melody, simple track, some nice horns on it from Mr. Entwistle. Simple drum, not too bad. Misunderstood, lots of acoustic guitar on this one. Reminds me a little bit of Tommy at the beginning of Pinball Wizard. April Fool, really nice track. Reminds me a little bit of Big Country for some reason. It's my favourite track on the album. Street in the City, not a big fan of this. It goes on and it's far too long. Heart, Hang On To, drumming on this is excellent. Really, really good. It's got a great bass line, and it's got, which is Boz Burrell's, pretty good. Till the Rivers Run Dry, very country, and again, I love the bass because it's Boz. Pretty good track to end the album on. Pretty solid album. There's some really good track on here. He's got some of his celeb type friends with it on it. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 6.3. Coming in at number 2 then, his debut solo album from 1972, and it's called Who Came First. It includes some tracks and demos that were aborted from the Lifehouse project. So on here we got Pete Townshend on guitars, Ronnie Lane on vocals, Billy Nichols on vocals, Caleb Quayle on guitars, Bass guitar. Caleb, of course, played with Elton John. So the first track, Pure and Easy. I love this song. It's got a nice melody, great vocals, super track. Evolution. Again, the guitar work on this is fabulous. Love that track. And then we have Forever's No Time At All. Wouldn't say it's my favourite track on here. The vocal's not very good. Nothing Is Everything, Let's See Action. A really good song. Goes on a little bit, I suppose, but it's a pretty solid track. Anyway, Time Is Passing. Nice song. The vocal's a bit flat in places, but there we go. There's our Heartache Following Me, my favourite track on here. It's a great vocal from Pete. Really like that. Sheraton Gibson, second favourite track on here. It's a lot of acoustic guitar on this, a nice vocal as well. Then we have Content, a really nice track. It's got some lovely piano and guitar combinations on there. And then we've got Parvagada. Lovely keyboards on this running through the track. Oh, there's some nice vocals as well. And it's a really good track to end the album. I think this is a really good album. It starts off okay, but it gets better and better as the album progresses. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 6.5. But my favourite and my number one album, the Pete Townshend solo albums, is his third album from 1980, and it's called Empty Glass. So on here we've got Pete Townshend, of course, playing guitars, synthesizers and piano. John Brunrick on keyboards and backing vocals. Tony Butler bass. Drums are split between Simon Phillips, James Asher, Kenny Jones and Mark Brzezinski, and Pete Hope Evans does some harmonica. First track is called Rough Boys. Great little track this is. A really good vocal from Pete, and it's got a great beat to it as well. I Am an Animal, really good track. Brilliant guitar work from Pete on this. The drumming is by Simon Phillips, and it's absolutely amazing. I like that. And I Moved Her, strong piano work from Pete. I mean, he's a very good musician. Drumming on this one again is Simon Phillips. It's excellent. Let My Love Open the Door, favourite track on here. Reminds me of Better You Bet. It's got that feel to it. Again, Simon Phillips' drums is amazing on that. Jules and Jim, got a good beat to it. I like the beginning of this. I love that galloping drum on that one. And the drums on this are James Asher. It's pretty good. Keep On Working, bit of mandolin in there, adds a bit to it. Nice backing vocals. Cats in the Cupboard, simple little riff. Great drumming on this one. This is Simon Phillips. He really did some great drumming. A Little Is Enough, solid track. The drumming on this one is Mark Brzezinski from Big Country, and it's got that feel to it. It's pretty good. Empty Glass, another solid track. I think, but my only thing about it, I think Roger would have sang this better than Pete, because I think he's got the better vocal range. Gonna Get You, great track. I love how it challenges pace in the middle. Super track to end the album. A pretty solid album. You know, considering Pete's had some personal issues in his life, but it's a pretty solid album to come out with. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. So there we go. You know, people forget about some of Pete Townshend's solo albums. As I said, I think the debut album in Empty Glass are probably the best that he did. Okay, coming up next is A Perfect Side, and this week it is Lou Reed's Transformer. So join me for that. Bye for now.